Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to CyberToge. On the HydroShift installation video, I mentioned that I would do a Cinebench test and benchmark this AIO to see how it performs. Because yes, the curved OLED looks insane, but none of that really matters if the cooler can handle the CPU underneath it. So today I'm going to put it through a 10-minute Cinebench 2026 multi-core test to see how it performs. Now, I do need to mention one thing before the results. I don't have a Cinebench test on my Thermalride AIO that I had installed before this one. When I changed the cooler originally, I wasn't planning on doing like a comparison test between the two. So this won't be a Thermalride versus Lian Li comparison. It's simply a look to see how the HydroShift 2 performs while cooling one of AMD's like flagship CPUs, I guess. Okay, so the CPU is running at its default settings. PBO is set to auto. I haven't applied a manual undervolt. And there's no custom curve optimizer setting. The HydroShift radiator is mounted vertically on the O11 Vision Compact, and I have a partial push and pull fan configuration installed with 3 reverse blades in the front and 2 standards in the rear. I did leave L-Connect running in the background so it can handle the fan curves and all that stuff. It's more like a real life test. You would leave L-Connect running in the rear while gaming or pretty much doing anything else. I did close everything else, but I left HWiNFO open so I can monitor temperature, power, and whether the CPU thermal throttles at any point whatsoever. So let's do the test. All right, so I did do 2 tests, one in the daytime, one at nighttime. Ambient temperature in my room at night is much cooler, 3 or 4 degrees cooler than it is during the daytime. So I wanted to kind of see what the temperatures would look like in either times of the day. The CPU is now fully loaded across all 16 cores. The fans definitely ramped up, and this is a sustained workload that's much heavier than what the system normally sees during gaming. So at night, the peak temperature was 73.6 degrees, and in the daytime, it was 75.6 degrees, which kind of like makes sense. Average CPU temp at night was 69.5. In the daytime, it was 71.3. Peak power and average package power stayed the same, and no thermal throttling on either of the 2 sessions. So the AIO stayed pretty consistent in different ambient temperatures and different settings. Without having the previous cooler, I can't really do a comparison to see how much better this one is. So while the curved OLED and the shifting up and down and all that stuff gets most of the attention, the cooler itself appears to be handling CPU temperatures really well. I initially bought this cooler because of the way that it looked in the build, but after seeing lower idle temperatures when I first installed it, and now after doing this test, I feel much better about saying that it was definitely worth it. It looks great. It fits in the O11 Vision Compact, fantastic. I've seen it installed on other cases and it looks just as good, and the performance is there to back it up. So let me know what you guys think of the results in the comments. I'm reaching 200 subscribers on YouTube, which is another great milestone. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing and stuff like that. If you missed the installation video, I'll link it on the end card. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.